today for homeschool is Science Day. We're going to do some science experiments, and if we have time, we'll do an art project too. But we have 3 ice cubes, and we're supposed to put salt on one and sugar on one and leave the other one plain. So can you put salt on one of the ice cubes? What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know.
You have to guess. There we go. Alright, now put the lid on. So what do you think will happen to this one, based on what you've seen happen with salt and ice before? What do you think will happen?
It will melt.
It will melt? What's it called when you make a guess about something? Do you remember? It's called a hypothesis. Can you say hypothesis?
Hypothesis.
So your hypothesis is that that one will melt. What do you think will happen to the sugar one?
I don't know.
Guess.
It won't melt.
You think it'll stay the same? What do you think will happen to this one?
Nothing.
Nothing? Alright, well we're going to let them sit for 5 minutes and then we're going to check them out.
This one will melt.
You think that one will melt?
Which?
So Samuel, what did you learn?
That sugar melts ice slower than salt does.
That's right. And if you put water in the freezer and you let it sit overnight, will there be any liquid the next morning? Can we see it? No. What's it called? What's equilibrium mean? What's happening at the same time?
It's melting and free.
At the same time, right? And what does salt do? Salt makes it what quicker? Or what slower? It makes it freeze slower, right? So the melting happens quicker, right? All right, so next what we're gonna do is we are going to make a butterfly house, because we're learning about butterflies too, aren't we? So we've got science in the beginning, so Mommy talked about all the things in here. We didn't read it word for word, but we talked about all those things and reviewed. And next we're gonna start doing more plant stuff, which is super exciting because that goes with our gardening unit study that we're learning all about. So cool. So we have been learning about critters in the garden, and right now we're doing butterflies. You saw our caterpillars, and we are using this book as kind of our guide. And so today we're going to read a little bit about butterflies and where they stay, just a bit about them, and we are going to make a little butterfly house. That's the plan. So we'll probably have to gather the stuff. We might need to go on a little nature walk to gather a few of the things that we need, but we're going to do our very best. Okay, so it's about 4:35, and I think we're done with homeschool for today. It's actually early. We usually do about an hour, but the science experiments usually have stuff for the kids to play and do afterwards, but we don't have a lot of ice in our ice machine right now, so there's not really any extra ice for them to play and experiment with. And the butterfly house, I don't know if it's gonna work. I'll show you. Hold on. So this is what ours looks like so far. We're having a hard time getting things to stay. I'm not even sure that that is covered enough to be acceptable to a butterfly, but we'll try. So this has to dry at least for today, and then tomorrow maybe we can try sticking some more stuff on here and working on the side. But we did try, and we'll keep going. It'll just take a few days to get it done, and hopefully some butterflies will like it. Why did we cover the butterfly house with twigs?
Because they like places with twigs.
To hide? That's what they're used to? What are they trying to hide from?
Predators.
What else?
Rain and snow.
That's right. That's pretty much it for homeschool. I think I'm going to clean up a little bit and kind of regroup and maybe work on supper a little bit and let them play a little bit longer, but we're not going to play with that. But that is pretty much it for right now. Okay, so usually Timothy joins us for a little bit more of this, but he is playing very contentedly with his cars in the living room right now. He is having a blast. So that's what he's doing, and we are going to read The Very Hungry Caterpillar, because that seems fitting. And then we're going to read 12 Ways to Get to 11. And then Mommy is actually really going to get a few things done around the house. Okay, so it's 5:06. Arlen just got off work. He works here, so he's home. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to work on a bit more food prep. I think I'm going to try and maybe make some salsa, get some hummus, some
chickpeas soaking so that I can make some hummus, or just make some hummus if there's no dry chickpeas, because I think we might not have dry chickpeas. So yeah, we're just gonna do that. We're gonna make our smoothies and muffins for supper. It is just after 5:30 and we're not eating yet. The muffins are in the oven. I made some salsa. Arlen well, he didn't forget. He has a meeting at 5:30 tonight, which is very rare. That like never happens. But he's covering for someone at work, and so he is on that call right now. And I'm going to make everyone Shakeology for supper to go with the muffins. I probably won't eat the muffins unless I'm just really hungry after my shake, which is not usually the case. And I realized the whole rest of the evening is going to be totally thrown off. I usually don't have meetings either, but I have a meeting tonight at 7 o'clock. So Arlen's going to put the kids down. We usually put them down together. So I don't know how much I'll try and check in, but it's just really weird at this point. It's not a normal day in the life. It's a very, very like super weird, especially that both of us would have meetings on the same night. That is just, that doesn't happen. So anyway, but it happens tonight. So what I do, let me flip this around. So at the end of the day, I look and like I've had no fruit today at all. So I need to make sure there's plenty of fruit in my smoothie, and I have only gotten 2 things of protein, 3 of veggies. That's pretty good. And I can have fat, so I can have like, ooh, I did have half one of those for snack, and I did have half a fruit for snack, so I need to write that down. But then I just look at this and try. Now I usually can't eat close to all of this, but I at least try to make sure I'm kind of well-rounded with my smoothie, with my Shakeology, which will count as 1 protein. And then I'll just kind of see where I'm at as to how much fruit, or if I need to add spinach, or kind of what's going on with my smoothie, and I'll let you know what we have when it's all said and done.
This is our mealtime entertainment. Our cat, Firefly, that's our kitten. It's chasing a fly. And the children are finding it quite amusing. So that's what we're doing.
I'm glad we have Firefly, because it kills all the flies. It's right over here. Oh, he's still trying.
So we're full of messes right now. Timothy, smile so they can see your messy face. He liked his Shakeology. And Samuel had a little accident with the applesauce. Yeah, I made a mess. And there's a lot of, there's a muffin under there, so that's not all applesauce. It's not as how it looks. Did you spill? And what is all that purple stuff all over your shirt?
Stains.
From what?
Because it's really old.
No, those stains are from your plum today, when you had your plum. But look, Daddy's really off work now. Yay, Daddy!